Alright, I just wanted to touch briefly on the AlcovePro 4K Cine action camera that I picked up from a contest fall of 2018. After I picked this up, weather got kind of crappy, so I haven't been able to really put this through its paces. This action camera was designed from the ground up by a fellow up north in the United States, New York, northern state area. He wanted to design an action camera that made sense, made use of some great technologies. So with that, the battery door slides open. You get two batteries. Now, so one of the things that annoys me is that this button, when opening the case, usually I hit it and it turns on. Your SD card, micro SD card slides in here. You do need to make sure it's compatible for 4K and higher. I have I believe a 64 gig in mine right now. Yeah, I have a 64 gig Samsung Evo, not focusing. Just a click button, just clicks in, clicks out. The screen is touchscreen. I know you won't be able to see anything here. These are different video modes that it supports. There's three that I really use: video mode, slow video, video plus photo. And what I like about that is that video mode, that's just your standard video. Slow motion, the best slow motion video setting I found was 720p 240. Burst mode is for taking pictures. When you can take like 3, 10, 15 pictures with a press of one button. Time-lapse photo, I haven't messed with, but video plus photo I use a lot for family events, so I can just set the action camera up, hit record, and I'll get the video and pictures based on how often I wanted to take pictures. So usually I would take pictures every 3 seconds. The idea there is that I can catch something on video more spontaneous than with any other type of trying to pose and have somebody with a camera. The screen does time out, and that's configurable. Under settings, video, you can support all the way up to 4K 30, true 4K 30, and all the way down to 720 30. So you have a lot of options. I either use 1080 120 or the 4K 30, depending on what I want to record. Video segmentation is just breaking the videos up into smaller. Your field of view, wide, medium, narrow. Mute recording, that's just recording audio or not. Video codec, it supports AVC or H.264 and HEVC or H.265. This is all about the compression algorithm that's used to store the video. HEVC is becoming more and more normal, especially when you get into the 4K. It takes up less space, so you can get more video. Up until recently, I've been using H.264 just because I didn't have hardware for a while that really supported editing HEVC video. There's some electronic stabilization you can turn on the camera. Metering mode, white balance, ISO, distortion correction, settings. This is when the screen goes black. Boot modus, I like this one. This is when you turn your camera on, what mode is it going to enter. I'll always set for last mode, because that's typically what I want. Wi-Fi, this does have Wi-Fi on there, so you can use an app on your smart device to control the camera. I have not played with it. I don't have a use for it. Factory reset, format your SD card. Menu language, set your time, turn your date stamp on, invert mode if you don't hold the camera upside down. Your screen refresh, scene, different type of sceneries here. I just put on auto. Wide dynamic range, ketone, and then just some information about the camera. Playback, you just hit the play button, and then you can just scroll left and right. I only got one video on here. With this camera, you get your slew of assortments It's not focusing. Like I said, you get two 3.7 volt Li-ion 1000 milliamp batteries. One thing I did fail to mention on the side of the camera, under this case, there is USB-C and another connector. You can charge via USB-C, and the camera comes with this nifty lapel mic that uses the USB-C port. I really like having this. You get a 2-port charger that does use a micro USB connector cord. The lights are red when the battery is plugged in, not charged, and you have power to it, and then they turn green when they're done. You do get the USB-C cable for charging via the phone or data transfer, and you get the waterproof case. I've had this out in the ocean during vacation. Works great, no issues. I've had it in the pool quite a bit. You also get your standard assortment of attachments for like bicycles, helmets, etc. I usually don't use that many of them, so I just kind of throw them in a corner and forget about it. Now, you might be thinking, well, why does this fit the other major manufacturer that made action cameras popular accessories? And unfortunately, the answer is no. I have a Bugs 3 drone that is designed for that other manufacturer of action cameras. When I went to put this camera inside the pre-supplied action camera carrying cradle wouldn't close, because this camera is a little bit bigger than that manufacturer. So where do I stand on this camera? This is my go-to action camera. When I was a team pilot for Prodrenalin software, I got a handful of action cameras that were budget friendly, but quality sucked. So this quality is really, really good. I'll put a link down below to a lot of the other videos I've taken with it, so you can see the quality for yourself. It's my go-to action camera. I use it for all the family stuff. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to use it for my RC hobby yet. Still looking at how I can attach this to drones, just because I have to modify the case or make my own type of attachment. But other than that, this is a good camera. I like the touchscreen. The only downside of the touchscreen is that when you have it in the case, you can't go change settings without opening the case. So if you're going to be doing a lot of water stuff, make sure your settings are where you want them before you start doing the stuff. Otherwise, you're going to be you'll be opening the case and exposing the camera to moisture. But overall, I really like the camera. I'm not going into a lot of the technical details just because I haven't had time to do that. So here's my thing. You want a high quality action camera without having to support the big industry giant. This is a good one. He's a one-man guy. He designed it from scratch, built it from scratch. There's some Facebook groups you can go and look at for this. So if you want to support the small businessman and get a really good action camera, this is your solution. Again, this is the AlcovePro 4K Cine action camera.